These are not nightmares. It's happening.
Grab a blanket, some Eggo waffles, and curl up on the couch because Stranger Things 2 is finally upon us. But before you settle into that weekend Netflix binge when the second season drops Friday, October 27th, we're getting you fully prepped with a preview courtesy of The Hollywood Reporter's Josh Wigler, who spoke with the cast and producers and offers some predictions for what you could expect to go down this time around in the Upside Down. First up, a huge part of the Stranger Things fun is 1980s nostalgia and iconic cinematic touchstones. This season, the #1 movie inspiration for showrunners Matt and Ross is James Cameron's Aliens. According to Wigler, the film is referenced at numerous points throughout season 2 in both subtle and overt ways. Here's a not-so-subtle one, the casting of Paul Reiser as new Hawkins scientist Dr. Owens. Matt Ross tells THR of putting the season together, "We talked about Aliens because we were looking at the most successful sequels of all time. It takes a lot of the feelings and a lot of what worked about Alien, and then James Cameron did this amazing pivot almost into another genre. He expanded the scope and made it feel the same but also very different. When you're looking at where the bar is, I always go to Aliens." One overarching way the two properties connect, points out Wigler, a resilient child gets in over their head. In Aliens, Carrie Ann's Newt is a scrappy young girl in danger, while the child actor stepping out of the shadows of Stranger Things Season 1 into the spotlight this time around is Noah Schnapp as Will Byers. "In my opinion, if Season 2 belongs to anyone, it is the season of the Schnapp," says executive producer Sean Levy, who also directs 2 of the new episodes. "When we cast Noah in Season 1, we knew that this kid was special, but we also knew this kid was going to be sparingly used all Season 1. But we cast him anyway, because we knew his moment was coming in Season 2. Josh Wigler also spoke to Schnapp himself, along with his Demogorgon battling partners Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, and Caleb McLaughlin. Schnapp has this to say about his increased role and how Will's friends are treating him. "No one knows what to do with Will. He was in another dimension. He was gone. Now that he's back, has something happened to him? Is something inside of him? And Will wants no part of his new nickname, Zombie Boy. He doesn't like that," says Schnapp. Will himself really wants to fit in with his friends again and go back to his normal life playing D&D and biking around. As for the latest addition to the group, Max, played by Sadie Sink, McLaughlin teased her character up for us, saying, "She won't change the whole groove of Stranger Things or the kids. She'll actually add to the creativity of the kids. She's cool, she's a tomboy, she's going to fit in very smoothly." But of course, the party is still missing a very key member, 11, who disappeared at the end of Season 1, and no one is taking that harder than Mike, played by Wolfhard. "Mike honestly doesn't even know if she's alive or dead," says the actor. "He knows deep down that she's still out there. She's the first person he ever fell in love with. It's hard to roll that back. He's struggling." Speaking of our favorite telekinetic, played by Millie Bobby Brown, Josh Wigler has a bold prediction for when she might return to the mix this season. The show would be wise to keep her away from the action until deep into Season 2, taking advantage of the binge format in order to have a huge payoff later in the story. Our prediction, though really it's more of a hope, 11 sits this one out until episode 7 of 9. Not an intentional Star Trek shout-out, but it would be a voyage all the same. Wigler also has a prediction for how Will's expanded role could ultimately play out this season. The potential outlook for Zombie Boy? Unfortunately, not so great. "Somebody will die this season," he writes. "One possible guess for the season's big sacrifice? Will Byers, fresh from his stint in the Upside Down, somehow lost along the way again in Season 2, except this time permanently, perhaps as a means of confronting and destroying the monsters who have haunted him for the past year and change." Okay, we have some dire predictions. We know what the cast and producers have to say. Now, let's talk about how to attack our Stranger Things weekend. Cancel all your plans immediately because THR has got your optimal Season 2 viewing schedule broken down. You'll want to start at midnight Pacific time Thursday night with Chapter 1. Pick up with Chapters 2 to 4 on Friday night and get up bright and early Saturday morning for 5 and 6. You can catch Chapter 7 Saturday afternoon before wrapping up the whole thing Saturday night with 8 and 9. Watching those two back-to-back is important, according to Wigler, for an appropriately epic sense of momentum, the right way to close out the season. Whew. And then you're done, so you can start all over again from the top on Sunday. Yes. Well, that's most of your weekend sorted, but how do you fill out the rest? Glad you asked, because as THR exclusively revealed on Thursday, Netflix is also launching an after show called Beyond Stranger Things, and all 7 episodes will be available to watch on October 27th. It's hosted by writer, producer, actor, and superfan Jim Rash, and will break down every aspect of the second season and features chats with the cast and creators. Now, there's nothing left to do but head to thr.com/Stranger Things for all the coverage you'll ever need, including Josh Wigler's breakdown of how he came up with that binge schedule, including what to expect from each episode in terms of intensity, scares, and character moments. Plus, there is a lot more from Wigler's cast and producer interviews and additional predictions. But right now, my prediction is that you're going to head to the comments and you're going to let me know what you are most excited about for Stranger Things Season 2. Personally, I'm still waiting for 11 to show up. I mean, I left those echoes out a year ago. Oh, also, guys, don't forget, subscribe right here to THR News so you never miss an important story. I don't know where that girl is. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.